Hello everyone, this is H the Eski here. I'm going to be casting game number 3 between the blue Protoss player Ace spawning down here in the bottom left side. His opponent is going to be Moon, the former Warcraft 3 champ, as the red Zerg in the top right side. The map is going to be Blistering Sands, and my goodness, we are on game 3, which means that we are tied up 1-1. Actually, that doesn't mean that, but we are tied up 1-1, and apparently having his hatchery hotkeyed from 5 to 0, that hatchery is not going to get away from him with some sweet hatchery micro there on those hotkeys. So anyways, wow, game number 2 was insane. I gotta hand it to Moon in game number 1, phenomenal play, but this is the IEM finals. They are fighting for $13,000 first place prize. Not too shabby at all, as that is a lot of moolah. So is Moon going to be able to recoup and kind of, play like he did in game number 1, which actually his playstyle in game number 2 is very unique, very exciting, very intense. And Ace, though, just responded correctly, so we'll see if he can continue to do that. Now, the thing about Blistering Sands, this map is officially off of the ladder pool, so very rarely will you see this map in tournament play anymore, as it has been taken off the 1 versus 1 ladder. The reason is because, or at least the reason they gave, was because there's so much play revolving around these backdoor rocks, a lot of early rushes there, and so Blizzard wanted to prevent that, so they got rid of Blistering Sands. We do have Moon going to be going for his gas before pool, and he is not canceling this for additional drones or anything like that, so he does have that completing right now. Probably going to be throwing his drones inside there one at a time. You can see doing just that, and probably going to be pulling off pretty early with the drones after he gets around 100 gas, as that would be the standard reaction to that. We do have Ace going to be going for, once again, a Forge fast expand at his natural, and he does have it going up right now. Now, the thing about this is that the entrance is fairly small right here, but again, these backdoor rocks, you have to be able to guard these from early harassment, and if Moon gets out 4 Zerglings right away, he could actually use that to soften those rocks if he decides to do that. I do think, though, that Ace is going to go for an early expansion before getting out his gateway or cannon, which is exactly what we see happening right now. As the Forge is on the way, Nexus has begun. Overlord is going to spot this and see exactly what's going on. Once again, Moon not deciding to scout with the drone or the gateway going down at a position up here, which this will leave the positioning, depending on what he wants to get right here at the entrance. Could be a cybernetics core, or he could just completely wall it off with something else. I'm not sure exactly why he left such a big gap there, but we will see what he decides to get right there. The probe going to scoot on out of here. Should be able to make it back home safely if it is microed correctly, and the cannon is now on the way. So can Moon actually break this early, or is he going to go for a long macro style of play? Just got to wait and see. Probably not long macro, because the Roach Warren is going to be on the way. He's not even really hiding the fact that he's going for this Roach Warren, as the drones were not pulled off for that long. Plus, this probe may actually scout all the way back if it's not intercepted. Moon needs to make sure not to let this probe inside his base, which it looks like it may actually make it all the way inside the base and spot this and know exactly what's going on. That would be huge for the Protoss player Ace if he can actually scout that. This probe still has not even had his shields completely destroyed yet. The Queen needs to intercept this and prevent the probe from scouting. I think it will not spot it, so that was down to the wire there, barely not spotting this right here. So Ace is not sure what's on his way. We'll see if he decides to play it safe with more cannons like he did last time. But I think that this is a really good build for Moon to go for. Going to be busting on these rocks. However, if Ace catches wind of this, he can just put a cannon on the high ground, and that can be very difficult for the Zerg player to break. However, if you position the roaches perfectly, you can actually kill the rocks despite there being a cannon up there. So it's going to be up to Ace to defend this exactly how he needs to. He does have 2 cannons here now, and once again, going for a Stargate. This is going to be the perfect transition for these roaches. If you can just get out 1 Void Ray, these roaches are not going to be able to do anything. No cannon is on the way, though. These rocks at about a 3/4 HP rather, and a 4th cannon on the way now. And Ace is expecting an attack at his entrance. Surprisingly, though, does not have cannons on the high ground at all. He's really losing his chance to place those cannons. So does he have anything in preparation? Well, right now he's only going to have the Stargate. He needs to make sure to 4 cannons? What? He needs to make sure to chrono boost out the Void Rays as soon as they get there. The Roaches have arrived, though. Can they actually outrange these buildings? We're going to have to see if he can do that. And the Roaches should just be helping on the rocks down here, as all the defense is down here, going to be completely worthless. Is this going to be a Void Ray or a Phoenix? Should be a Void Ray, though, as it does look like he is saving up for that right now. Should have just enough for that and be able to chrono boost it out. However, he is going to have all these units inside of his main base right now, and Moon is still leaving. He hasn't really revealed his roaches yet, but these rocks are going completely undefended, and the Zerglings are now inside the main base. This is going to be a lot of trouble for Ace. He has no defense here. You can see the probes already transferring out of there. A couple of them are going to get taken out, though, and there is a lot of cans in here, so Ace is basically going to be forced to run to one base. He just has to sack his main. There's really no other way about it, and the Zerglings should be able to kill that off, but it looks like Moon is going to try and run up here. Really no reason to, though, although he is trying to engage us directly. This could be a huge mistake as he is trying to kill off all these cannons. Will it be enough? I don't think so. Only 3 roaches going to be able to attack this one cannon. I don't know why he is doing this. I feel like he could just kill the main base and then expand himself, but he is being hyper aggressive in this game, able to kill 2 of the cannons, so that is 300 minerals of cannons destroyed. But the Nexus still stands, and it might actually be saved here. I think Moon deciding to engage that was not the right choice. However, he does have more roaches over here harassing the entrance here, and could be killing the Cybernetic Core, could potentially go for the Forge as well. Although if he does kill the Cybernetic Core, that does mean no Stalkers. However, we are going to see more Void Rays most likely from Ace, and Ace was able to keep his Nexus alive. But how long will it remain? Is this going to be enough Zerglings to take that out? We'll have to wait and see, though, as the roaches are continuing to harass us. He is going to go for the Forge. You can see Ace throwing down as many cannons as he can before losing that Forge, because he does know that cannons are the only thing keeping him in this game. The Zerglings have not killed this Nexus quite yet, as it is getting whittled down just a little bit more. More reinforcing Zerglings on the way there to take that out, and the Cybernetic Core has been taken out as well. The last Warp Gate at the entrance will be taken out, I think, although a lot of roaches are going down, so Moon is going to have to back out there. Losing a lot of roaches, though, and this Nexus just now getting taken out. This Void Ray killing 17 Zerglings. Not too bad there for a Void Ray. That is making him a master Void Ray, but he is so slow he cannot kill these Zerglings quickly enough. Although so far, Ace has reacted, given the situation, he's reacted pretty well. But as long as Moon follows up with some anti-air, he will be fine. Although the Void Rays are moving out right now, and he still doesn't even have an Evo Chamber. So he needs to get a Lair and some Hydras or an Evo Chamber on the way, because if these Void Rays actually get to his base, that will be frustrating, and that may actually be exactly what happens. So we have to see if Moon is going to follow this up with anything at all. Right now he only has 2, well, he does have 2 Queens and a 3rd Queen on the way, so that will help him deal with the 2 Void Rays. He needs to make sure that all 3 Queens engage at the exact same time. This hatchery might actually get taken out, though. We'll have to wait and see if Moon can actually defend against this, as he doesn't have a whole lot lined up. A Phoenix on the way as well for Ace, which is really good, because there is so little anti-air that a lot of Warlords could potentially die. The hatchery is going to burn down, looks like, but here come both Queens, but both Void Rays are fully charged. You can see Ace actually microing these to keep his Void Rays fully charged, killing off 1 Roach, and will go for these Queens as they try to run away, but the Phoenix going to pick one up and prevent her from getting away. And he wants to make sure to keep these Void Rays fully charged as long as possible, because that's when it all of a sudden becomes a problem for Moon. I'm actually not sure what Moon is doing at this point. Oh, he's trying to use Evo Chamber, but it's going to be way too late. I'm not quite sure what he expected with 2 Void Rays at when it was. He saw these Void Rays earlier, and he just did not prepare for them whatsoever, trying to get out enough Queens, but the Void Rays are going to be fully charged. One Void Ray getting fully charged. The second one is not yet. Once the second Void Ray is fully charged, though, that could be it. Moon is losing so many of his Queens. I don't think he's going to have anything in preparation for this. There is now 3 Phoenix and 2 Void Rays, and you can see just how quickly this Queen is going to die here, and this was not the correct transition. I think he made a big mistake attacking those cannons head on. Probably should have just killed the 1 Nexus and then fallen back and kind of defense up from there, as one play style is to try and win when you get ahead, but Moon is trying, he probably should have went with following it up with macro style. So good game by Ace, able to hold on there, and while he did lose his main base, he just kept his cool. But really, if he would have just had a little bit of defense prepared, Moon essentially lost to 2 Void Rays at the 10-minute mark. I think that Moon got way too aggressive, thought he had the game for sure, and thought he had it in the bag, and that would explain why he did not have enough defense in preparation for this attack of those Void Rays. So it is now 2-1 in Ace's favor, as Moon won the first game, Ace won the last 2. So if Ace wins 1 more game, he is going to be $13,000 richer. I do believe that it is $6,500 for second place, or somewhere around there. It is still not too bad, the amount of money that second place will win. So Moon has got to pull it together and have slightly better decision making in game number 4. Is that right? Game number 4, yes, if he wants to win in the next 2 games. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time.